Hi, friends. This is Pastor Chris with the Presbyterian Church of Marion, and today we continue looking through the 7 last words of Jesus on the cross. Today it is, I am thirsty, John 19:28. Of the words of Jesus on the cross, maybe this is the one that anymore I find hardest to relate to. But there was a time when I really could relate to it. You see, up until 14 years ago, Susie and I lived in a land where water was a precious and at times a rare commodity. Even as a child, my parents would drag me out to the Mojave Desert almost every weekend except in the summer to camp and to hunt down precious, semi-precious stones. And we would bring along only so much water, and we would have to watch it diligently, or else we'd run out. We were in the middle of a desert. I'm thinking that my Western Pennsylvania friends might have a hard time relating to that because it rains all the time here, or so it seems. Being thirsty is really not an issue in this part of the country. But for Jesus on the cross, as he was dying, he says, I am thirsty. Irony here is not missed by me, not just living now in a land where water is plentiful, but sharing this with you on Maundy, Thursday, on an evening where, in any other year than 2020, we would gather together and break bread and share the cup. And we'd, albeit in a muted way, still celebrate communion, representing what he did for us on the cross, his body broken, his blood shed like living water. And maybe doing so, hopefully seriously contemplating that man on the cross who only a few months earlier told the woman at the well that whoever drinks of the water that I will give him will never be thirsty again. The water that I will give him will become in him a spring of water welling up to eternal life. Another irony, that the water of life is wanting some water in his dying moments. And oh yes, a sponge filled with sour wine that was more like vinegar would be offered to him, a bitter reminder of a life, his life coming to a close. Do me a favor. The next time you draw yourself a glass of water, look it over and remember that man moaning for some water on the cross. And he offers you water aplenty. And if you choose to drink of it, you will never thirst again, at least for the answer to everlasting life. A fact that would be proven shortly by an empty grave. An empty grave. But we are not there yet. For the moment, Jesus is thirsty.